This man never imagined that after he reincarnated into another world, he would find that all the skills had already been chosen by others. Because he arrived later than his classmates, all the powerful skills were already taken. The only ones left were weak, undesirable skills, and even the remaining titles were ones that others had rejected. Haruka felt utterly despairing and immediately wanted to vent his emotions to the gods. Seeing his distress, the god acknowledged that this wasn't ideal, so he decided to give Haruka all the remaining skills. Haruka didn't have time to refuse, and in the next moment, he was teleported to a forest in the new world. As soon as he arrived, Haruka noticed a bag on the ground. Inside, there were basic equipment for villagers. Haruka assumed it was something discarded by the previous person, but with no other choice, he put on the gear. He decided to check his stats, but the system informed him he needed to roll the dice first to distribute points. However, when Haruka threw the dice, the result wasn't a number but 2 letters, M. Confused, Haruka added the M to his luck stat, not knowing that M actually meant the maximum value. As Haruka continued to check his status panel, he discovered a title he hadn't seen before. It said, as an outsider, he cannot form a team, but he can control some monsters and turn them into his subordinates. Haruka felt frustrated. He realized his life in this world would be difficult. However, when he looked at the remaining items, he found a pair of contact lenses. When he wore them, he discovered they had an identification function. Haruka immediately began gathering edible mushrooms and clean water sources. He also planned to find a safe place to set up a shelter. The place he chose was one where no monsters dared to approach because his items had a demon-repelling effect, and his title would protect his dwelling. Once Haruka had eaten, he decided to hunt goblins. In this new world, he knew that sooner or later, he would have to fight. Although his weapon was just a wooden stick, by adding magic to it, Haruka could make it much more effective. After attacking, Haruka quickly defeated 2 goblins, and upon their defeat, his level rose to 2. His skills and stats improved, and he began to show off his newfound strength. An idea formed in Haruka's mind: if he added magic to his entire body, not only would his movements become lighter, but his attack speed would also increase significantly. Fighting ordinary goblins became effortless for him. However, when facing stronger goblins, Haruka would choose to flee. In the following days, Haruka would spend his days hunting goblins and his nights studying magic. Soon, Haruka was living a comfortable life in the new world. But one evening, when he was about to catch a rabbit, his detection skill picked up a familiar presence. Haruka realized that his classmates had arrived. They had formed several teams, some girls in one, some boys in another, and even a team led by the class president, who Haruka had known since childhood. Haruka initially wanted to approach her but hesitated after thinking it over. The freedom he had now was the life he wanted. So, Haruka made up his mind that from then on, he would live alone in this new world. What Haruka didn't expect was that the most reliable person after the class transmigrated was actually the classmate he had thought was useless. While the others complained about their situation, this group had been carefully studying the skills given to them by the gods. Though the class president appeared calm, when a group of goblins appeared, she panicked, and the others felt desperate. The group immediately took out their weapons and quickly wiped out the goblins. Only then did the class president realize that she had led everyone to a safer, open area, where she assigned tasks to everyone. At first, they worked well together, but this harmony didn't last long. 3 girls decided to leave the group, and seeing this, others followed suit. The class soon split apart, leaving only a few students to finish the tasks. Despite knowing they were treated like slaves, these students still worked hard to level up. They had seen the skills chosen by the bad students during the transmigration, which included dangerous abilities like a charm skill to control others and a puppet skill. If these abilities were used on others, they could be very harmful. True to their concerns, the bad students were